So this is some footage from a couple weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago. We got about 10 minutes of it before the camera decided to get funny. But
Oh yeah.
you could watch Steven on this ankle lock with Austin to start. We got Caleb and Danny. Looks like we got Mitch back there with somebody shoving him around.
What just happened there? Like, hang on.
With
How did
Austin and Steven. So
Yeah.
so Steven sits to guard, and
Yeah.
it looked like he tried to go in for a single leg X, and Austin was he lowered his hips in time to get down on it, which is awesome. That was great timing.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Trying to grapevine the legs. Steven's doing a good job of trying to straighten them out.
Yeah, and Austin's maintaining his mount there because he's bugging Steven's hands, right? He was immediately taking grips to prevent framing on the hips. Steven just won the leg pummeling battle and did himself an elbow escape, I believe.
That was a nice tripod sweep from Caleb. Did you see that on Danny in the back?
No, Caleb's been hitting those really well though. He was talking about that with me the other day at class. Yeah, I mean he's got like a great reach, so he may as well use it.
Use it, yeah.
See there, he's got his on this same side, his left side in this case. He's got the ankle with his hand, foot up on the hip, and he's searching. Danny's keeping that leg kind of far back, but as soon as it comes into range, Caleb's right on it and just with the pressure takes him down.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him get up a little bit faster on that. It's like we always tell the students, the move isn't over until you win the positional scramble, right? Yeah, get the top position.
What's up, James?
I love seeing that jump over pass fail. Just more and more with Steven.
Yeah.
But he did manage to pass guard. Now Austin's doing all he can to frame and to prevent mount. And Steven's giving him a taste of his own medicine, right? Immediately attacking grips. But looks like he got a little off balance there.
Nice. Yeah. Looks
like Caleb was getting worked in the back there by Danny.
Yeah, what happened there?
So.
Oh, yeah.
So, Caleb was in side control.
Yeah.
And what did Danny do here?
He grabs his arm.
Okay. So. Okay, and then he switched up to his triangle.
Yep. And then attack the arm. Yeah.
That was good. Danny's always going to find that.
Yeah, you can't ride too low inside control on Danny. Was that another tripod sweep? Or was that just a trip?
On Austin?
Yeah, Austin to Steven. So he's got the left.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a tripod.
Looking good. Danny's setting up his katagatame from bottom, yeah. Using it for the sweep.
Hop over.
I would expect to see him, yep.
Yeah. And go ahead and finish that. Mitch got a triangle.
Oh, okay. Man, I should be keeping track of subs too, right?
Yeah. So you got 2 for Danny. And then 1 for Steven on that straight ankle right off the gate. Like, right out the gate.
Steven, 1. Danny, 2. Mitch with a triangle. Apparently. I missed that.
Yeah, let's go look at it again. It looks like he's trying to set up a Darce too.
Must have been. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he hits it from
it up. Yeah. Rolls over. And finishes.
That's not terribly uncommon too, especially at just like Mitch. I wouldn't call Mitch a beginner per se, but when you're first experimenting with like triangles and especially mounted triangles, people have a really hard time getting the triangle position with their legs in the mount. So they'll often like kind of secure it, maybe get it with their hand, and then roll and set it up from the back. Once you get, I don't know, once you get your mechanics down, you don't have to sacrifice the back position that way. And I think I went over that, I want to say Monday with Austin and James and whoever else was watching.
And Mitch got either a Darce or an Anaconda Strangle at the very end.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Let's give him his deal. Let's find it.
There.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Picking on Camden. Man, everybody on the board quick. I think you're with Brandon over there off to the side.
Yep.
I'd like to see Camden sprawl a bit more on those shots, given his recent foray into wrestling.
Right. Yeah, I'd really like to see him getting off of his back as well, right? Like, even we play less and less of that game.
Yeah, I think that's what I always admire about wrestlers coming into jiu-jitsu is their refusal to be put on their back, just because it's been almost literally beaten into them. They they're the hardest ones to pin, and they don't even have to worry about a pin to victory in jiu-jitsu, right? They just refuse to let it happen, whereas a lot of guys, I think you and I both have probably been guilty of it, when we were coming up. Mitch is going hard on that armbar. I think he gets it here, maybe. Yeah, wrestlers just, they're like, nah, I'm not gonna play that game. I'm not gonna flop over. I'm not gonna just fall.
I don't think he didn't get it.
No, looks like Danny got out. I want to see if Caleb works his standing guard break. Oh, okay, opted to, I think he tried to do like a log splitter.
Camden switching legs on Steven, which is really nice to shoot from one Ashi to the other. That was good.
Steven showing some mercy.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of restraint, which is nice. It's good. He's trying to pop over the arm for that arm bar. Boom. Sitting over. Gotta cut that angle. Gets the angle. Finishes. There it is. Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
Going easy.
Yeah, and I like to see that. Give the younger guys a chance to work their escapes. It looked like, I'm not going to say Camden just kind of gave up there. But I mean, if Camden, if you're watching, or if any of the other white belts are watching, those are your moments to really practice your submission escapes, right? Which, are, almost as important, I would say, as position escapes. Certainly when you go to build your offense, you're going to really, really want to brush up on your submission escapes. Mainly because a lot of escapes, if you do them right, you can immediately counter, or you should be looking to immediately counter into highly offensive positions, right? Danny with the Darce on Mitch. I'm curious if he gets it.
He got the grip.
That was good.
Mitch is a beast, dude.
That was good composure.
Yeah.
But he was in there pretty deep.
Steven's got the strangle on Camden. Up Austin.
Camden's been a solid ambassador for the school lately, getting his mom to join us on the mats.
Yeah.
She started taking classes, so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe we'll see her on the open mat anytime soon, but it's cool to have her join.
Never know. Hey, I like that X-Guard suite.
With
Camden.
Let's go back real quick. Yeah, you know, it's funny. Like, that's a.
Placed it in. Mm-hmm.
He didn't need to hold on to the ankle there just to make it a little bit better, right? Holding on to the ankle, doesn't need to do that. And I would move if you're going for the sweep. Yeah, if you're going for the sweep, I would move your legs down towards the knee, right? Because that's where you're going to get a lot of push. If you're going for a leg entrance, up by the hips, you know, reverse X guard, pull the hips over your head, enter to cross ashi. Either way, that's awesome.
That left leg can drop down towards the knee without any issues, and you can put your right leg, you know, kind of where you'd like to, right? But yeah.
Veronica said old lady jujitsu, which I didn't say that. You yelled at me last time I made an age joke, so.
We got this Gyaku.
Oh yeah, the reverse triangle.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he can fully lock it, but that thing's terrible to be in.
If he can get, I'm pausing it. If he can get, and look, he's also attacking a toe hold just to make it equally annoying for the lower half. But if he can get his head, what Danny's trying to do here with the reverse triangle, like the number one body position you want to get with this, at least for what I know of it and what I've done with it, is he's got to get his knee, this knee, the one you know, barring across the neck, you've got to get that below your opponent's ear, so closer to the ground than your opponent's ear, right? So he can do that by bringing his head from this side to the other side, right? Which I don't know, I didn't see this video yet, so I don't know if he ends up getting over there. But Danny knows this. He's Mitch is just blocking the way with his base.
Thanks, Rodfather.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I think Caleb's in a few of the videos tonight. We got a fair amount of footage to go over, so you'll see some Caleb abuse.
Yeah, we had some camera problems. Mine cuts out, or it cuts out here.
Yeah, I did look ahead to some of the footage, and we definitely have a few cool things to highlight. So
cool.
Everybody's been looking really sharp lately, coming into the new year. Damn. Mitch just immediately, like, sloughing off your arm and pinning your hand to your chest, right? Like, that's slick. It doesn't look like much, but that's such a powerful position. You know, he immediately shuts down your ability to underhook, which opens up your back completely, right?
That's right.
And he simply just by a one-on-one wrist grip and shoving it right into your stomach. What he didn't have was, you know, really good control of the hips, allowing you to rotate with them, right? I think if he took that collar tie down, you know, but this is him working his wrestling, so I don't want to speak out of school. But yeah, that was slick.
It's definitely way different dealing with someone like him versus somebody who's using pure, like just pure jujitsu. It actually feels better when I'm in those positions on my knees trying to attack, even though I suck at it. I feel way more comfortable there than on my butt against somebody like him.
Yeah.
Then I forgot to take off my.
Oh, that's when I yelled at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Italian Mike.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately the video cuts out here in a few seconds. But yeah, this was a good active class. Like we even had Brooke on the mat too. We missed her role, yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I trained with her at the very end. Oh, she's training with Veronica there.
Yeah, but that's where the video stops for us. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, on to the next one. Man, really good attacking from everybody though. That was great. All right, so we got Jonas and Austin. Jonas is visiting our school from Germany, so welcome.
Super nice guy, very willing to learn, great student.
Yeah, it sucks I can't roll with him.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another good thing we like to see over in the back corner. You know, I keep bringing up our wrestlers, right? John's a new student as well, with a strong wrestling background. And like any of us are always more than willing to brush up on those skills. So pulling us aside, really, honestly, I'm not thrilled that Steven's getting better at wrestling. I'd like it if he quit practicing that a bit, especially while I'm not practicing anything. But
yeah, training's getting harder.
That or we're just getting older.
Yeah, combination of both. Yeah.
I don't know. What is it, Ronnie? You tell me. So Jonas, it's hard to tell because of all the black
He's
no-gi
in
uniforms, but
Kesa, but I think he's got the arm in.
Yeah, Steven's breaking the rule on us right now.
Yeah.
Between age and intensity.
Hey, he's still in his 20s.
Yeah, that's right. He's like 29.
Yeah.
Everything changes the day you hit 30. Instantly.
Look. What's going on here? I wonder if he's going to catch that reversal.
Oh, with Austin coming out the back?
Yeah, coming out the back. Go. Okay, he kept his chin low, but he's trying. Good frames, Austin, getting underneath the chin, and obviously making him, making Jonas rethink the position. So, yeah, you didn't get the back, but you're not in Kesa-gatame anymore, which is nice.
Yeah, I don't know, I've probably said that on this stream before. I'm not a huge fan of Kesa just because of how much back exposure you're giving your opponent as the guy up on top. I'm sure there are plenty of people who work it really well. You know, we've alluded to Francisco and his Kesa from back in the day. But if I could slip enough of my upper body out of that, you're so heavily focused on controlling my head that you forget where my legs are. It's fairly easy for me to start taking your back, and then you panic, grab an Americana, and you have no control over my shoulders anymore, and you absolutely don't even have an Americana. So it's a sketchy spot for me. I use it when I need to re-guard, or if I can like get a super duper easy leg Americana, or a compression choke if it's like a beginner or something.
No, this is the class from John.
Oh yeah.
So I had shown just a little bit of background. Like I had shown a double leg in class that day, and he's shoring it up. Like he's saying that he likes the way that that I show it, but like there's like a strong like it's still the double leg, but it's basically a stronger lift. So watch what he does. He first of all like folds his right leg over, like to match his left leg, and then he'll actually step his right leg up to drive. Boom, like right as he steps on the outside of the knee line. He said, and then that way, basically, what happens is you have like a double wedge effect. You can block the leg or the knee, that far knee, with the arm, but you could also tap it with your knee if you need to. But it's a way for you to lift them straight up and dump them over. And I'm like, get it on camera.
Yeah.
So he's over, folds.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So from his penetration step, that leg is kind of windshield wipering over.
And it basically all it's doing is it's pointing in the direction, the opposite direction that you're going to take him, right?
Right.
And then he drives that leg up, steps outside of the far leg, and then lifts. And when you do it that way, picking the person up feels effortless. Like he's 240 pounds, and when I fold him, like when I pick him up, I don't feel anything. Like I just can just pick him and dump him.
Nice.
Cool. So I like that.
That's awesome.
It was, yeah. And he was showing Steven that in the back corner, at the previous.
Very cool.
Yeah, during the previous roll.
Justin, thanks a lot for the donation, man. Yeah, just quick side note, you'll see here in the middle of the stream, we have the support us at coffee.com/MOBJJ. Something we just set up. Think of it as a tip jar if you guys are getting a lot out of this or you appreciate what we're going over or anything. Any little bit helps. We're planning on dumping it all back into the stream and trying to build this and make it look better and better. So we appreciate the support. And yeah, we'll just keep doing what we do.
Yeah, thank you.
And once the whole thing actually gets set up and it believes that I'm a human and not a scammer, you'll get a nice little pop-up with the shout out thanking you for the donation. So let's skip ahead through this double stuff. Got you guys working. Let's see what we have going on in the back.
We worked like all of class.
Yeah. I know we have
Brandon and Austin.
Yeah, let's drop in on them. I'm gonna zoom in on the side here, see if we could focus in a bit.
Very nice, Austin. So you're on here, I think. Whatever side the strangle's on for that guillotine, you have to get to that hip. Like that should be your ultimate #1 goal. So right here, you should be heading to your right hand side.
Yeah.
Right hand hip, but he passes your legs.
So
you pummel back in,
yep,
and you let go of the head. You could have held on to the head when you regarded, and start setting in the strangle. But nice trap triangle here. Way to start addressing the right grip, right? So you're trying to get his right arm across your body. Perfect. And now the hard part, which is starting to finish this triangle. Gotta cut that angle, and you got it. Well done. Very nice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he's been a sniper with his triangles lately.
Good. Yeah, I think Matt was talking about it last time, but right, like if you have a submission that you find you kind of gravitate towards, um, just keep going with it, right? Like, dive into it as deep as you possibly can, and you'll find setups for it from everywhere. Um, and of course, if you have any questions during the chat, like, speak up in the chat, or when we're at class, we can go over them specifically.
Was I not supposed to know that was you, Justin? With the kindness.
Another thing to point out, but this, so the duck under, all right, he changed I haven't been able to hit it live yet, okay, but this duck under is pretty slick. We generally teach the duck under like the old school, you know, open the door, step through, and then, drive up and look into the ear. He doesn't do it this way. He actually squats down and pulls the head, like pulls
Yeah,
his head
yeah,
into the armpit.
He didn't
right?
take like a penetration step in
No.
or like behind you.
But watch, like, I don't know. Whenever I learn this, it's just anybody who's on here, feel free to make fun of me. But like, I feel like a child when I'm being taught a new technique like this. I'm so out of my element. It takes me dozens of times for me to figure out the movement. And so every single time I start standing up, and he's like, "No, that's not how it's done." Very patiently, though, I might add.
It's good.
And he stays squatted down. It's cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. It reminds me of the double entry I like to do where I drop my level and just pull them up over me.
He said that that's a combination that he'll throw together. He was like, if the person's, like depending on how the person is going to react to the movement, you can hit the double as well.
What's up, Hittin'? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.
Cool. I'm gonna let Austin work on Brandon a little bit more, see if he gets anything else, and I'll probably skip ahead a bit more.
Yeah. He scooted out.
Had an opportunity to go for the back there.
I think so. Yeah.
Looks like you're getting the duck under a bit.
I get it by the end of this. I'm trying to hit it live. That's what I liked most about it, is that it drags them down into turtle, and I have a hook in essentially. So I really liked that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It feels strong. You were trying to take us back. Yeah.
Yeah, that it looked like it. I think he just turned back towards you.
Mm-hmm. What I really like what you're doing, Austin, is if you see somebody back on their haunches, you're driving into them, right? Like, we don't ever want to just hang out on our back and try to have somebody, like, pull them back into your guard. Like, if they're giving you that sit up, then do it, right?
Yeah.
And off balance them, because then if they drive into you, then you can start, like, that's a free guard entry essentially, right? Like back into your closed guard, and you can start working all of those angles.
Yeah, they essentially break their own posture at that point.
Exactly, right? So it's a good dilemma to offer.
All right, cool. So I know it's not in this video, but I know Steven and Jason have had a fun little rivalry going, especially since
they've been having battles.
I know. And on the last YouTube video from last week's stream, I made I made the thumbnail Jason getting double legged by Steven, like just mid double leg. Jason's legs are all blurry. He called me out on it at class. I'm like, "Hey man, it's not, no one can see your face." And he's like, "Yeah, but I know.
But I know it's me.
So we gotta pay attention to Jason and Steven's roles for some highlight reel footage.
Yeah, dude, he hits it. It's probably on one of the next ones that you pull up.
Spoiler alert.
It's yeah,
Oh, I saw it.
yeah.
I really appreciate like Steven's use of those leg attacks without even, it's like he attacked the legs and quickly used it to get up, right? You didn't get like tunnel vision on leg attacks and start trying to work him. He's really getting good at using the whole body, attacking down low. If he hits an obstacle there, he can work through it, but he's also just getting way more comfortable with immediately transitioning back to the upper body or using it as a sweep, taking top position, and not getting too dialed in, and missing something as a result.
Yep.
Both just trying to break each other's legs right now.
So this is the infamous reverse knee bar, as Jason likes to call it, and then Steven just reaches back and grabs his ankle and breaks it.
The reverse knee bar. You mean you're helping him bend his leg?
He's like, yeah, it's good.
Oh, we'll get to the Sunday footage, Steven.
Yeah.
We got Austin and Joe battling it out. This is such a good shot of the entire school right now. I mean, this is what Open Mat's about. Like, you're either off having a death match in the corner with your, one of your teammates, or you're using it as time to learn and drill on new techniques. Like, this is how it should be. You don't have to just be trying to murder each other all the time. So keep that in mind for all the spazzy white belts in the chat, and spazzy brown belts, I guess.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn stuff I really suck at. So try and shore up all this stuff that I really need to shore up.
Yeah. There always seems to be no shortage of that stuff for us. So
yeah, right. Yeah. I'm standing in the camera, but I'm learning.
Change this R&B music. Steven's got the gift wrap on Jason. I'm going to zoom into the back there.
You gotta check that clock, Jason.
Did Austin get that triangle, or were they chatting through that? It looks like he's legit on it. Cool. I've seen Austin finish like 10 triangles in the last week alone.
Yeah. That's really good. I mean, like, the only improvement point for that type, I'm trying to see that something popped in the chat. He hit me with one the other night. Yeah, he's been hitting triangles like crazy, right? The only thing to shore up on this one, is when you're trying to cut the angle that deep, is like pulling your opponent all the way on top of you makes it even tighter. So you didn't have to at this point, but hooking onto Joe's left leg here and pulling him all the way on top so that you're on your shoulders essentially, it makes it freakishly tight.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got to get like you're doing a real good job here, Austin, of like digging, right? But your hand is still kind of underneath him. If you can go elbow deep, like the pit of your elbow to his hamstring, right? Like that's how deep you want to shoot. And again, like you got the tap, it looks super tight. Your legs are in a great position. Um, that's just us getting nitpicky with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that shit's really working for you. And when we get you kind of spun up on the wrong way triangle, I know uh, you and Austin have gone over it a bit, but when that starts to come a bit more naturally to you, you're gonna be pretty scary to deal with. I won't I won't hang out there for too long on you anymore after that.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think that's time. Skip ahead, skip ahead. Bit more chit chat.
I didn't even bother editing since we had a lot of that campfire stuff going on. So
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Actually, do you and Jason start going here soon?
I don't think I trained with Jason that day. I trained with Brooke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you guys had a really good role on the last tape that didn't get recorded. That was
Me
a
and
bummer.
Jason. Yeah.
No, you and Brooke. I thought you and Brooke
Oh.
went that day.
Yeah, me and Brooke did. That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't in town for very long, so she wanted to train as much as possible, which is awesome.
What's up, Aiden? Thanks for joining us, man.
What's happening?
Poppy. I'm just like doxing everybody in the chat that I know.
I just got like I was going on anonymity because I had no idea who that was.
Aiden may have been our first follower and then just like never got to tune in because of work or something.
Ah, network sucks.
Yep. And with the snowpocalypse coming this weekend,
Dude, yeah.
it's gonna suck even worse for all those people that still gotta go in. Like Aiden and Caleb.
People gotta eat.
Yeah, the bread and milk only lasts so long. Man, I wish we could get more of a head-on view of the hand fight.
Yeah,
What's
I
going
know.
on?
I was thinking the same thing. Definitely committing to that one side. So I'm thinking he's trying to set up an arm,
Look,
like an arm bar step out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like kind of to the belly down armbar position.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
and that would have been good, right? Like
For sure.
they were both doing really good stuff here. Just as like Austin as far as defending, right? Like he gets the strangle arm off. You don't necessarily want to turtle up, but yeah, right there he gets no threat of the strangle, right? But he doesn't have the legs, he doesn't have the hooks out. His hips are still under control, so he gets caught in this belly down position. And then
Yeah.
Steven here is working on isolating that arm. I mean, it's hard to say just with the view we got, but he may have had a Kimura opportunity. He definitely could have started working an armbar.
Or a katagatame, like, so Steven, just so you know, like, that's there too, right? When you have it, as soon as you peek your head out here, you have essentially like an underhook, I guess, on Austin's arm right there. You can be setting up head and arm, a katagatame,
Yeah, the arm
on that side.
if Austin rolls hard to try to hide his back, if he rolls to his right, he's immediately in an arm triangle.
Yeah, so you scoop your right hand under the head immediately and go. Then that's one of Luke's favorite transitions, right? Like we've all been caught there.
Yep.
Awesome job keeping your elbows tight.
Great scramble.
2-on-1. Yeah, this is nice.
Riding the high mount.
Mm-hmm. Trying to go into the triangle setup.
Yeah, I figured, Steven. It looked like there was more going on there than we could see.
Mm-hmm.
So from here, this kind of gets into what I was talking about with you guys the other day, right? You want to cut the angle even in a mounted triangle. So right here, let's see if we can use the lines on the mat, right? So if you notice, you guys are both, along this line here, right? So when you get to the mounted triangle, in this case, you've got his left arm. So your goal, once you get that left arm, is to immediately cut your angle, just like you would if you were on your back, facing across his body, right? Perpendicular to him, or as close to perpendicular as you can get. And that's in the same way we talked about Austin, going to that scoop grip on the leg and cutting underneath Joe as deeply as he could. It's the same kind of thing from the mount. Just a little bit, it can be a little bit more difficult depending on how you position your body because, you're trying to pivot around your knees, but all your weight's on them, right? Or you're trying to pivot around your hips, but your weight is bearing down. So,
yep. And so, can you go back to where he gets right on top? Or actually, right here's fine.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So basically, Steven, when you heist up, you see how your leg is 90 degrees to your other leg. If you were to try and cut an angle to where both of your legs are facing the same direction, to where your knees are pointing in the same direction, all along that line, that would have cinched up really, really. It would have done two things. Number one, it would have cinched up really, really tight, and you may have gotten the strangle just from that. The other thing that it does is it gives you such an angle that you can snatch the arm and start hitting a double thread of the arm bar.
Yeah.
So right here, it's not likely that you'll scoop the arm and be able to get like a strong hip pressure in order to break the arm. But once you start cutting that angle, you'll see it pop up a lot more.
Yeah. The way you're like scooting your leg back underneath you.
Great threat though. Switching to the other arm. Yeah, awesome. And Austin, what are you gonna do from there? Right?
Clever.
Like, that's tough.
Yeah, tap. Let's
sure.
Out. God, I hope you and Brooke have a war right now.
It's good. Like, I was really trying to get a takedown, and it was harder than I'd care to admit.
Yeah. Dude, I'm rolling with her. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, except for anyone who's actually trained with Brooke, because she's, female, she's small, that she's a force.
Yeah. Rolling with her has always been fun.
So, yeah, Ronnie, solid on her feet, yes. 100%.
Yeah, but even when you manage to get her down, it's extremely hard to keep her there. Like she fits in with all the wrestling comments we were saying earlier about just like refusing to accept a position,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just keep naming positions, Veronica. Brooke's hard from all of them.
And she tries to get that double, like that
body fold.
Lock. Yeah, I put my hands, like I fold them in and put them like between the legs.
Yeah.
To try and break that grip, because I'm not gonna deal with that.
That's purely the influence of her dad, I think, and like the just how much he can do that. Like he can work those sort of Greco kind of standing attacks, and she just does it annoyingly good.
Yep.
So Austin, I'd like to see you get some more get inside position here with your legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out there. Steven didn't have to do too much, to work a guard pass, right? Just go back here. Like if you're gonna play supine or whatever, you've got to really focus on getting inside leg position.
And if he's, I know you're long-legged too, right? But if he's standing already, then closed guard is probably not the best option. To start going into it. Maybe it works for you here, but I'd like to see you, like Matt said, getting inside position, working one of those guards, or if you want to stick to an outside position guard, De La Hiva is a good option.
Yeah. One other point of note in that position. So like right here, the connections you are making, I'd like to see your hand down behind the heel and the ankle. It's a little too high up on the calf. That's really easy enough. Steven can just kind of horse kick back and break that. Not that it all of a sudden is impossible to do that when you move down to the ankle, but you're controlling at the long end of the lever, right? So working down there is going to be a bit more effective. Ooh, how do we get here? Let's go back. There we go. Steven's just spinning him around. Nice.
Yeah.
Almost a little cross ashi entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Right above the knee.
Yep. Steven's getting through it.
Cool.
Nice. A little knowledge transfer. It's awesome.
Yeah, you really
so quick to sprawl.
really going for those shots.
The neck. Nice finish.
Steven racking up points today, which are worthless. I'm not upset with Austin's attempt to escape there, just trying to hop over the hips, get his legs free.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely a dangerous deep spot to be with Steven. There it is. This is good. Nice. Yeah, so this is where like you really got to work to get underneath the guy, right? Steven's elbow's blocking that angle. Austin, like you and I were talking about the other day, how you realized that when we talked about blocking or getting this shoulder of his out of the equation, how much tighter it gets. Steven's doing a good job of preventing that by just keeping his elbow tight,
locking it in place.
Yeah, but there you go. When he stacks, that's your opportunity to try to cut that angle. This is a really great little battle.
It is.
Steven working the that kind of Tonin style triangle escape.
go. Yep.
Slips it out. Oh, looks like you finally got Brooke down.
No, she took me down. I just escaped.
Oh. Speed this up a little bit and get to the end.
Like, probably one of the only times she's been strangled.
Oh, did you actually get the tap?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brooke is notoriously difficult to strangle too. Like, she's got extra arteries in her neck that just don't allow her to turn off when you throw a strangle on.
Yeah, that was rough. Like, yeah, that was a deep north-south joke too.
All right, let's give you your point. Man, strangling Brooke's like 5 points.
Yeah, right.
All right, next video.
Maybe actually can train in this one.
And this is, we got a little light open mat from this past Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think only 4 of you ended up training.
Yep. Yeah, Veronica and Jason come later.
Let's get some more fireworks from Steven and Jason. Steven doing good, trying to get the underhook and cut his angle.
Yeah, I'm trying to work this stuff that John was showing, and Steven wasn't having any of it. Yeah, I'm trying to work these snaps, and
Great double.
I pulled him straight into that double. He saw that I was doing it. It was like the third or fourth time that I had tried it, and he just ducked under it and grabbed it. It's like, can't get mad at that.
Yeah, and like everybody loves like the big, slams. Like to any longtime fans of like UFC, think Randy Couture. He was a Greco specialist, but had really good double leg attacks. I think he was all around great wrestler, but he had those big dynamic ones. But man, some of the best ones look just like that. I'm gonna go back real quick, where it's just
right here,
quick shot,
boom,
little turn, shrugged you right off, right?
Yep.
Waited for you to snap down and shot. That's what
Yep.
Steven said. So
yeah, it was good timing.
yep. Trying to dive through on the Kimura.
Yeah. That's not the last time he tries it either.
Well, all of his other dynamic passes worked for a while, so you may as well throw in the rolling Kimura.
Well, it's dangerous. Like it
really
doesn't
works.
Feel good. Yeah, it doesn't feel good at all when somebody's trying to do that to you.
I'm gonna speed this up a bit, and we'll slow down at the good parts.
Yeah, wrestling's hard.
Damn. That was a cool little exchange. Countered with the Kimura, you countered with the leg entrance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just going in between standard X guard and then and then single leg, making sure I keep my knee in place.
So Ronnie in the wild. Yeah, I like that you guys primarily just had a stand-up battle.
It was a good way to warm up, really. I mean, we were both absolutely cold going into it.
Yeah. Steven hit me up today about going over some of our old competition footage.
Oh
And
yeah.
this just makes me think about the one match you had that what it was like a 10-minute match where like you were super tired already. I think you
Yep.
just had like a war in the previous match, and like the
Hmm.
guy couldn't take you down and you just like didn't want to go down.
Yeah.
That'll be one
Yeah.
of
I
your more
was,
boring matches. I have my fair share of those, but
dude. Yeah,
that was funny.
that was a horrible match, and I lost by advantage.
Yeah,
And
they were
Luke
like
was like,
they were like,
"Look
well,
what."
this guy tried to take you down or
Yeah.
wanted to. You just didn't play ball. Good
Yeah.
elevation
Luke-
and isolation on that leg.
Oh yeah.
What were you
Luke
gonna say?
Luke said something to the effect of like, "Bro, if you won that match, you wouldn't be happy with it."
Yeah,
I
very true.
was like, "Yeah, all right, fair enough."
Yeah, to all the students in the chat. I mean, I know you guys have been really awesome about like giving us feedback on this and telling us how appreciative you are. If we took, you know, a Wednesday and went over old competition footage, that'd be something you guys would like. Or you know, I don't want to take away from reviewing your footage. You know, if you guys are tuning in and spending your time, I'm more than happy to commit this time to you guys. But yeah, if you think you would get something out of watching us as back when we sucked more than we suck now, let us know. Let us know if that's something you guys would like. We could always try to pick another day to do it, you know.
Veronica's doing a great job here.
Yeah. Let's see that again. I want to see
Yeah.
it. I want to see that slow-mo.
She just rips my shoulder,
Yeah.
flips me over.
It's I don't know what kind of grip you'd call that. I'm sure there's a name for it, but it's similar looking to a half Nelson. Man,
It's like a quarter Nelson, isn't it? It's kind of like a quarter Nelson.
could be. Bam. Look at you go.
Yep.
If she would have held on, it would have been a lot better. And if it was wrestling,
Yeah.
she would have gotten points for it. But
So I watched
not.
this one after I did it, or while I was cutting the tape, and I was trying to figure out how she could have maintained control when that happened. Right?
yeah. Oh, Steven and Jason.
Yep.
I mean, if like as far as maintaining control, I don't know. We'll go back to it. I want to see what happens with these two. I think in you know when she threw you like that, she would have had to have continued to roll with you and ensure a top position for herself. There a lot of there are cases like old footage from, I can't remember the fight now. I kind of want to say it was Kevin Randleman and Fedor Emelianenko back in the Pride days, where Randleman hit this beautiful like belly to back suplex that looked absolutely devastating, but he let him go. Here we go. Bam!
Boom!
Look at that.
It shook the camera, bro. Change the angle of the camera.
It did. So we'll harp on this and give Jason his credit. So this is what I like. He goes for the single. He can't quite. He's running the pipe, kind of in the wrong direction. Either that or Steven's jumping. I think Steven may be leading that turn.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go that way, right?
Right.
So he's forcing that direction.
So Jason can't get it, so he switches to the double, which is awesome. And he slams his ass down.
Yep.
And he shakes the camera. And just because I've been doubled by Steven plenty of times, we're just going to look at this one more time. Nice and slow. Bam. How's it feel, Steven? That was beautiful. Really good. Jason can be the thumbnail this week on the giving end. That was awesome. So Ronnie's in a real bad predicament here. Well, not a bad one, but like, just so everybody can tell, Mike's winning that battle because Ronnie cannot get her left arm back across the body, right? If she could manage to turn and get her left arm, you know, right here up through this hole to take the underhook on Mike, she could square back up and get into guard. But since Mike's doing a good job of hugging the lat and pinning his chest to Ronnie's tricep on the backside, it's making it damn near impossible for her to square back up to him, allowing him to, you know, come up on top, take the back. That's why we always stress that, in, you know, when we're going over close guard week, you get the arm across the body, hug over the back, pin it to your chest, right? It's to block the arm from coming back across the center line. Steven's trying to do one of the hardest things to do at Mooresville Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is get Jason's elbow away from his body.
Yeah, no shit.
And isolate his arm. Steven said it felt harder than it looked, the double.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you kind of gave me the arm trap, but I don't think I didn't do anything. Like, I was trying to do stuff with it, but you kept turning and eventually got it out. Yeah, you're doing like one of the forsaken things by Matt is going down to reach for my feet.
Yeah. That's so, like, just a side tangent from the I was a little sloppy armbar attempt, but it was there. Nice.
You got that one there.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Oops. Get the scoreboard up. Whoops. That should be an 8. And we're gonna say Jason with the slam. Wow. One thing about that, to Mike's previous comment on grabbing feet with the hands when someone's on your back, you know, one of the first things you'll learn, like, you know, in your first few classes is don't cross your ankles when you're on someone's back. Look at what Mike's doing, right? He's crossing his ankles. There's probably plenty of footage of me with somebody on my back where you'll catch me fighting feet and legs with hands, right? It's a good general rule not to, until you're so familiar with the position that you could start to bend and break those rules, right? There are absolutely times where you need to cross your ankles, where you don't need to, but it's a perfectly good idea. There are absolutely times where having your hand at the foot or the ankle when someone is on your back is a good idea, and as an essential part of the escape. It all comes with experience. You know, when I'm doing it, there's not a chance of my arm getting leg trapped, normally because it's my bottom arm, right? You can only get your top arm trapped if someone's on your back. So in general, when you catch me doing that, it's usually with my bottom arm that isn't going to be easily trapped. But just something to keep in mind. Follow those rules until you start to learn how to safely break them. And then you just get to open up a whole nother fun part of the game. Plus, it forces you to work on like basic escapes and basic attacks. It's a nice little, somewhat of an Uchimata attempt from Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Getting Ronnie over. I'm sure there's a real name for that where, like, he didn't heist up into the crotch, so it's probably, like, some other judo name that I just don't know. Because the differences between moves are hard to spot sometimes. Also, it's Japanese, and I don't know Japanese.
Yeah, so I tried doing somewhat of a duck under, and that didn't work.
Well, you ducked underneath his whole body. You just didn't get to the back.
Yeah.
Nice little sweep right into cross ashi.
Trying to figure out what he's going to do from there. I wasn't going to go into heel hook range. If anything, I was going to try and go for like that, not a steam lock, but that cross lock. I tried to coach him because he I was telling Jason when he was escaping, he basically showed me his heel as he was trying to escape. So I could have reached and snatched the heel hook. So I'm trying to get him to turn to the opposite, his left hip, when he starts to escape here.
Gotcha.
Instead of turning, like staying on his right or staying flat.
I think after this round, I might skip ahead to the footage from Monday.
Okay.
Just because I think we got a few more people on the mat. And I think it's kind of good to review the most recent footage we can.
Did you take footage on Monday?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's ready to roll. Which is funny because we have like a bank of months worth of footage from when we first got the idea to do this that
Nice.
we probably may never even look at. So
no, people are different belts and everything.
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to highlight all the stuff you guys did months ago that wasn't as good as how you're rolling now. So. I do want to dig up footage from when I hit a Tayotoshi on Aiden and took his soul. I'll air that specially. He brought that up the other night.
Nice.
Yeah. It's not like I sit and think about it all the time. Only sometimes. Good way to circle, Jason. If you went the other way, you would have exposed your hand. But you gotta control Mike's shoulders there. Which is difficult. The Kimura trap's such a pain in the ass anyway, so I might just be talking out my ass. You've hit it on me a bunch of times, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, everything can be countered, right?
Good hip switch. Really quick.
It was. Yep.
Excellent timing. Good. Get your arm safe. Anybody who rolls with Mike should know by now, like, if you leave your arm up by his shoulder, he's going to either hit an Utagatami, the straight or inverted armbar or whatever, or you're getting shoulder crunched. So you got to pull that thing back as quick as you can. Oh, look at that. Another good example. This is maybe one of the best views we have of a grip on a guillotine. Man, I wish he didn't take that grip off. That was
I'm so glad he did.
yeah. So, Jason, when you look at this video, I want you to just realize what you have for the next time you have it. Right, your left arm. I want to see. I was just talking about this, I think, yesterday. I want to see your left hand when you go from that chin strap. Try to curl your wrist. Right, we kind of gooseneck our wrist and sneak it further across the neck, and then your other hand can grab it like that kind of blade grip where you grab like the meat of the hand right here and start to pull down. You're not, or pull it across. You're not in an ideal finishing position here, right? If you were like seated on your butt, you could start to crunch your left elbow down towards your left hip, right? Closing up this space here. To get that finish, Mike's in a much safer spot. You could tell he's immediately getting his leg free and starting to get control over himself so that you can't control him and shut down the angles that he can cut. But yeah, you were super close on that grip there. I mean, it's under your chin. Like, that was...
It felt terrible. My face was turning colors. Like, I was...
And even just like... How did you guys get to there? Did you take a shot?
I shot
in. Or did
in,
he snap down? Okay.
No, I shot in.
Yeah, Jason.
I'm grab my head up.
that might be your sub to work on for a while, is the guillotine. Like, your hand position's really, really good, just right off the bat. So I'd like to see you tighten that up. And then yeah, Mike gets his leg free, cuts to the side.
And then he rolls.
Little re-roll. All right.
Yeah, he did it the next time that we rolled. He did the exact same thing.
And he's got back. Well, he had back exposure there a bit. I'll just show you. Your screen was blocking, so. Nice, good timing. So, yeah, right here, he kind of has your back exposed. Well, you've started to get up to turtle, so your back is fully exposed, but you got a base. But yeah, man, you had a lot to work with there, which is really good. Creating opportunities for yourself. Let's go to Monday's video. Let's see what we can get out of that. All right, Aiden and Caleb. I'll dig up the soul stealing special, yeah, Veronica. I know, I still think about that suplex you hit on me. You can, when I get back and can train, you can hit it on me. We'll make it look like you did it legitimately. And we'll go over it and put your name on the board for a good slam. I really do still think about that. It was just felt like flying through the air. Like I just had no control over anything anymore.
Like the dreams where you're falling.
Yeah. I hit the ground and like I sit up because I believe Veronica had let go of that one as well, but I sit up and I go, Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. I think Luke like caught the tail end of me hitting the mat.
So Caleb, I don't know if you're on. I go over this a lot during leg week. You either need to be countering with his foot in your hip right there with a 50-50 position, because he's kind of giving you a 50-50 look at an inside heel hook, or you need to be standing up. I think standing is the best way to, so you have the heel right there. Aiden, if you're on, get your fucking heel out of his hip, right? Like
Yeah.
You need to
hide that thing.
you need to get your knee clear in order to fight this position, or cross your feet and get him out of harm's way, because somebody can fall back and you'll have a bad day.
Yeah. And Caleb, now that you're a blue belt, you're allowed to heel hook white belts all the time. It's strongly encouraged. They're the most fun to heel hook.
And just for people who don't
There
know
it
who
is.
aren't, yeah. 50-50 can be one of the most frustrating positions to get caught in.
Yeah.
There's a nice calf slicer there. I don't know if that's what Caleb is going for or not.
Yeah. Or just the back take.
Right.
But yeah, that was good. Little head in or arm in front headlock.
Get your okay.
I got Jason and Brandon.
Mm-hmm. There's Duncan and Camden. And then James and Austin.
I strong-armed Duncan into following us. I think he's watching us right now.
Sweet.
What's up, bud? If you're there. Interesting guard pass approach from Aiden.
And a nice sweep by Caleb.
It may be too late now, since it's after 9 o'clock. But remember, if you guys didn't hear it class, or if you didn't catch it on the last stream, if you're one of our students and you're turning in, you can absolutely claim this as, attendance credit, or whatever, if you want to log that on your profile with the school. So log into your account on the website, sign in like you do a class, and just lets Coach Luke and Coach Mike know that you guys are putting in a little extra time to study.
And yeah, I mean, it goes probably without saying, but active in the chat, right? Or, if you have questions as we go, we're monitoring the chat as we go. So any questions about what you should, like why we're saying certain things, or, specific things that you point out, put them in the chat. We'll highlight them, or take them to class and we'll go over them specifically then.
So Duncan, you actually got a really advantageous thing going on right here. You're in closed guard, and I think you guys were going over this that day, right? You got 2-on-1 grip on the hand. You get his arm across the body. This is such a huge opportunity for you to start working just a myriad of options, be it sweeps or positional advancements. Remember, in general, an isolated arm out here away from my body is one that you can attack. An arm across my body is a path to the back, right? So right now, you've got a path to the back. You also have taken away, a quarter of his base, right? He can't use one of his 4 limbs to base out. I don't know what you do here. I haven't seen it yet, but if you start to hip heist up and take top position, which I absolutely want to see you start doing, you get a sweep. You go from bottom right into mount. There you go. Yep. That's what's up. Do that a lot faster next time. Yeah, I came late to class, so I didn't get to see which move you guys were doing. I think I saw an arm bar, closed guard arm bar, but I didn't get to see the stuff you guys did before that. But yeah, that's what we want to see, man. Work the moves from class as best you can. Good stuff. We got like 40 more minutes of footage, so I'm gonna go a lot faster through this and just try to catch some good pointers to go over.
James is saying he did a lot of dancing that night. I've been doing a lot of dancing lately, James. I feel you.
Hey, it's what you got to do when you want to get better at stand-up, right?
Yep.
And if there's anything you guys catch in the chat that we don't, that you want us to go over, just shout out at us, and we can go back over some stuff. I know there's a lot going on. We got 6 people rolling right now at like 1.5 speed, so can't catch everything. Good back take from Austin. I'm glad you're working the body triangle a bit more, Austin. That looks good. If you got the legs for it, you may as well do it, right? And he gets the tap. I would body triangle everybody if I could.
Yeah.
Brandon with the step around. Let's go back to that real quick. So capturing that leg. Step around. Cool.
Nice, James. Yeah.
Or yeah, James. Sorry, not Brandon.
Brandon's in the back.
Yeah.
Another tripod sweep.
Who hit that one?
Austin.
Got you. So when someone's yeah, my bad. I'm gonna do that all the time. I mix up James and Brandon's names like I mix up Caleb and Aiden. When someone's hanging real heavy on you up on the head, that can be really stifling, like we're seeing with Caleb and James right now. But remember, those are good times to either, you could step away and kind of reset yourself, right? And you're like, all right, I know how this guy's going to try to engage. Let me get a game plan together. But if you know how to handle that, you can immediately work some real heavy snap downs and tie that in with what you like to do. Like I could see Mike, if I was hanging heavy on your head, you'd probably, snap me down and then shoot a double, right? Or whatever. But just don't let somebody hang all their weight on you if you can avoid it. We had Mitch's iPhone 2, I think. Clock was all messed up.
Surprised that the buzzer went off.
All right, Mitch and James.
I haven't seen you guys train together. This will be good. Nice, James. got the leg. See what can happen with it.
Mitch is absolutely setting up here.
Yeah.
Right. Just something to note. When you snatch that single up, look where Mitch insists on his leg going. He doesn't allow you to trap it between your legs, right? See right there, he immediately pummeled it back to the outside, right? It was hanging out there. He chooses to put it in, and he goes, okay, I'm gonna go, for that, like, kind of, it's almost like a Kani Basami, scissor takedown, where he dives in on the ankle and rolls over. But as much as you had his leg, he kind of dictated, he controlled what he could control in that situation, and that allowed him to end up taking that top position. Sorry, Caleb. You all know where the camera is. It doesn't change from week to week. It might get rattled a bit when Jason doubles Steven into the center of the earth, but Caleb, I got a message from the Rod Father that we are to abuse you and air it as much as we can. So I don't know who he is. I don't know what BJJ mafioso you pissed off, but the Rod Father has it out for you. He's putting hits on you in my Twitch DMs.
So Austin has yet another triangle locked up here, and he has a nasty angle.
Yes.
And is it on Aiden?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, that was a really, really fun one to watch. I think I'm standing here behind the pillar during that exchange, and I think it was during this one. I was trying to indicate to him to like cut the angle. Yeah, that was great. This Austin gets like, I don't know, four or five triangles Monday night. It was really good. Let's give him some points. I'm happy to see Mitch kind of working in close guard, either seated or on his back. Oh, okay. I was gonna say he was skipping around James's guard a little too easily there, but he had James's hand behind his back with that like cross grip, right? So he's got his left hand. He's got James's left hand with his own left hand behind the back. You can see it there.
I did not see that at first either. Okay.
Yeah, making it, effectively taking away a frame, and he's just keeping real tight, getting the knees out of his way, pointing away from him, steadily working. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were talking last week about how that was. I remember the first time that happened to me. I was just like, oh, this is garbage.
Yep. So it looks like he's diving for. So James was diving for a Kimura on that far arm, I think.
Austin with another triangle. This time to the other side. And he takes it to mount.
High step.
Oh, I complained about I think the music or something, and Mitch ran off. That was my fault. James, he almost had him. Oh yeah, Aiden
didn't finish this one.
Aiden got a little wise to it.
Well, good. That means that Aiden's escapes are going to get better, and
Austin,
dude, your finishes.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. This is just, you were talking about this earlier, but like right here, I mean, this is like where I want to see you guys hitting triangles. Like being comfortable up on your shoulders, inverted like this, elbow deep grip on the knee, and your legs, firmly in control. Like this this looks solid. I know you didn't end up finishing this one, but right there, that's where you want to be. I mean, you let go of that leg, and he managed to square back up. Looks like he tried to switch to the wrong way triangle. I think we talked about that afterwards. But either way, man, that was beautiful. Like, I want to see you get to that position more often, and that goes for any of you, right? Anybody attacking the triangle, get comfortable up on your shoulders. Yeah, that's what I figured happened, Austin. But yeah, once, like I said earlier, man, once you tighten up the switch to the wrong way, it it gets pretty fun being able to work those two together.
So Mitch does this really. He does like a combination knee pick, ankle pick. He reaches over, grabs like the calf, and then he'll use his left arm here to snatch the ankle, and he pulls it into his armpit. He did that on me on like 2 sessions ago, on here. I just wasn't expecting it.
The did you catch that finish too? Watch what he
Yeah, he
does to the
turns
knee.
it around. He turns it in towards the body.
Yep.
Boom.
I remember months ago, you and I were going over this when we started binging on Danaher's stand-up
Yep.
content. But yeah, he's he's pushing the outside of the knee inward, right? And that's effectively the same sort of position you put the knee in when you reap, right?
Yep.
The point is, your leg doesn't really want to turn that way, so your whole body has to compensate and turn with it. And watch what happens to Duncan, right? He has to turn over because of the way the leg is being torqued over, and it's a really really great way to finish a single. That looked sweet. We're gonna have it playing a little faster now. I knew Duncan was in trouble, so I distracted Mitch.
Yeah, everyone's being very heavy on the head. I'm liking that most people are ready to stand and bang, right? Like they the whole time trying to stand up. Not seeing a ton of people pull guard until they feel overwhelmed, which I think is understandable.
Yeah.
Mitch is trying to go for this arm bar. Oh, but okay, and he elects to go on top.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like he was gonna finish it.
What is Caleb doing wrong with the attempted deep half on Veronica? Let's see.
So, one thing I just saw was that she had a hell of a crossface. But let's see. So she automatically has a crossface. Even if you snatch her leg,
Yeah.
deep half is going to be damn near impossible.
Yeah, super weakened.
Yeah. So one thing I would say, Caleb, is to use your right arm to pummel under and start popping her right arm over your head. I tend to do that. So if I'm hooking with my left arm under the leg, then I'll use my right arm to come up and pop under the armpit. And yeah.
So he said further back, so we didn't look back far enough. So
Oh,
here
okay.
he is deeper. She doesn't have the cross face, or she's
No, she
working the
puts
cross
it in.
face. But there's a bit
And
of an
he's
exchange
tucking his
there.
head. He's doing the okay. So you're doing essentially the thing that I was just saying, right? Like just trying to use that other hand to pummel and make sure that your head is okay. So what I will say about deep half, and I'm not a deep by any means, this is not my best position, is that if Veronica doesn't want to go over and she stays very relaxed and back on her haunches, it's going to be very tough to take her over without an extreme leg extension. So what Luke likes to do here is he'll take his legs, cross them up, and then extend them away from his body and sweep them to his left hand side. Kind of
Yeah.
like what you're trying to do here, but
Like a
with,
pendulum movement.
right, but with the underhook.
Yeah. Yes. That's kind of the thing. I don't know if you can answer this or not, but what's your next plan of attack when you get to deep half? Because once you get here, right where you're at, you gotta have something you're working, right? So, like Mike was just saying, if you want to go for a sweep, you're gonna have to engage your legs. I want to see you taking your legs, in this direction, taking Veronica's hips over yours, and then working a sweep. That could be a good first base move, right? When you hit that move, depending on how she reacts, she may open up leg attacks. She may open up sweeps. She could open up a back take. So you kind of need a plan of attack. What's your plan A? What's your plan B? Yeah, no, I get it. It's you wanted to trap the top arm and do the lockdown sweep.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, need to see just more swing of your legs, right? Think about pointing your knees, kind of like when we do that ghost escape, or when we do a Kimura trap, where we we rotate ourselves and we go in that, like, what you guys always make fun of me, I call like either the mermaid legs or like the dolphin tail, where you put your feet together, turn one way, and rotate the other way to get your momentum going. Similar, but yeah, you're gonna really you're gonna work the lockdown like you were, rather than like you do typically in the Kimura trap. Never really trapped the foot in the lockdown. Veronica,
That's right.
I swear to God, you need to just check your typos before you hit enter. Close, but I kept getting it free. Short legs for the win, bitch. Yeah, so not really trapping the foot in the lockdown. I didn't really see how your lockdown was held.
I don't think it was lockdown. I think he
So
had a
that-
triangle or a trap, like a.
Yeah, so that's not a lockdown. I want to see this ankle swimming under Veronica's. Maybe you're starting to go for it. I didn't catch that detail.
Well, yeah, it would be left leg over. So you would want your left leg on the inside of the body, and then your right leg over your left, and then under the ankle. Makes sense in my head.
Correct. No,
Let's see how.
totally. Yeah, you're on point. What Mike is saying is this foot needs to be going over. It's your outside leg that goes over to the inside position. So you basically need to switch your legs, and then your triangle would be in here, in between the legs, and then your right leg in this case would be the one fishing under the ankle. That's your lockdown. So you don't even have that right now, which I don't know how I didn't see that, but I hope that answers your question. Play around, try to get it's like grappling a T-Rex, not a corgi. Yeah, just try that out next time you're rolling. Focus on your lockdown first. Then you can play that lockdown deep half position.
I should be back on Saturday, so we can go over it if you want, or if you're around there, Caleb.
Mitch almost had a back take. Oh, Jason going for the sacrifice.
Hey, can we rewind that real quick?
Yeah.
I want to see that. I completely missed it.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
he
okay,
did-
Okay.
didn't have like the leg hooked in,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you could see when he goes to like toss him over with the leg, there's not even a connection. Yeah, you just want to get that leg in. Let's see, when he goes to dive under, Hope it ain't good. Right here, that's where you want that leg to connect. And you're really going to want to control the head here, right? Like, notice, James's, like, his spine is basically, completely in alignment. Like, you don't really have any posture broken. You want to kind of get the guy curled down, looking at the ground, bending the back, get your hips underneath his, and get your leg to that inside butterfly position. That'll help you complete that hook. I don't know. I get sumigashi basically.
Sumigashi, yeah. I often do that with strong overhook. I'll do it with double overhook, like double overs or an over under.
Yeah.
Because that really, like Matt's saying, is it really ensures like a chest to chest connection, so that his head has to follow my body.
Yeah, that's a good. What I was saying, I didn't even consider the chest to chest. Like, I guess I tend to do it probably more from a snap down, but if you're doing it from that chest to chest, almost like a lateral drop in wrestling,
yep.
Similar kind of thing, right? You're going, if you keep that chest connection, you're going to get his head beneath his hips, right? Which is really like the key. However you get there, whether you do it from that chest to chest or more of a snap down, you'll get the same result. But you got to get his head lower than his hips. Oh, why am I going slow? Jesus. Now we got to make up time.
Good 2-on-1 by Jason.
Yeah, just attacking the hip, trying to shrimp out.
James, good control, but I'd like to, and we can go over ways to do this, but I'd like to see you bugging the neck. I'd like to see you 2-on-1s with the arms. I want to see you posing threat on top. To make Jason not have the opportunity to escape. Like, you should be constantly attacking there. Comes with time. But that's like that next step. You have really good, solid control from that top position. So why not try and submit?
Yeah, some of the best mount retention techniques are rooted in a solid offense. Mm-hmm. I the very first thing the first concept I ever learned in that regard was damn, Austin with the triangle again, was if you're in mount and you want to attack the arms, you should be attacking the neck, right? Because it gets the guy to defend, and then you can attack his arms. If you want to attack the guy's neck, you should attack his arms. The opposite works in a sense. More so, attacking the neck opens up the arms. But if you like go to attack an Americana, in early levels, the guy will focus on clearing the grips on his wrist, and he'll tend to forget that he's not defending his neck at that point. So working one against the other, and then or just going straight hand fighting, 2-on-1 grips like Mike was talking about. It's a big help.
Aiden did something really good. I really liked how Aiden was very patient with how he was going to take mount on Austin. So he shakes the triangle, gets over into a side control
good heavy
position.
Pass.
Yeah, it was nice, And then he starts to heist up and puts a knee across the belly here shortly.
He's a little overextended on the body. Like, I feel like he's in a kind of a position where he could be threatened with a reroll. Yep. But yeah.
But instead of doing that step over, see how he positions his right foot across the hip right there? If he would have tried to go over, he would have been either thrown or Austin would have been able to sneak out the back door. But instead, he's making sure that his hips get Austin flat, and then establishes a solid mount.
Yeah, that was good. Kind of in a similar vein, Ronnie's doing a lot to she's not just stepping over on Jason. Yep. Notice she's pinning the hip and looking for the moment where she can wedge her knee in. Downward pressure, keeping the legs at bay, and then
Yep.
right over in the
Same.
mount.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, this was so. Austin and Aiden, right? Austin's in this unique spot. Aiden can't see that I'm coaching Austin right now. I didn't want to yell it because I wanted to see if Austin could hit it. But notice, Austin, this is where you've got. It's going to be hard to see, but you've got your. Right now, Aiden's knee. Where's my arrow? Aiden's knee. His left knee is kind of pointing down and in that direction a bit, and you've got his foot, this foot right here, you've got it hooked with your leg. That is a very, very strong lever, right? Again, just like we talked about, when Mitch took down Duncan and he forced that leg over, he did it in a direction reminiscent of a reap. This is a similar kind of position for the knee. So when you can, with your right leg, right, with this leg right here, if you can back heel to your butt, kind of like you're doing here, start to reverse shrimp, which I don't know if I've gone over with you, but it's where you basically try to pull yourself underneath Aiden's hips. Look where your hips are and where Aiden's hips are. You're centimeters away from being able to sneak underneath him, and look where your grip is. You're going for this tight waist grip. That's all you need for a half guard sweep, right? So he may have your head here. It doesn't matter, right? I want to see that leg stay in place, right? I don't need you stepping over. You got to be able to use the lever.
He winds up doing kind of like a shrimp.
Yeah.
Like that reverse shrimp a little bit, like unintentionally, but he does it.
And then now, Aiden, with Austin in top position, Austin can't see that I start coaching Aiden and telling Aiden to go up and over the back, trying to gesture as flailingly as I can. So Aiden ends up coming around the back, or trying to come around the back to take the back. But he was in a similar spot to what they were going over at class, where he had an opportunity to take the back. He just had to heist up and over. I think he gets him.
And Austin again, my coaching on defending leg attacks, stand up.
Yeah.
Always. If the person's falling back for an ankle lock like that, or a heel hook or whatever, stand up.
Let's skip ahead a bit. I don't think we have much going on here. Get those knees off the ground, and you'll be able to put a lot more weight on them.
Yep.
Gotta get your hooks in a little earlier on that. At least one.
Yep.
At least one. And then he starts working the I was talking shit with him back and forth during this roll. Really trying to work the rear triangle position. But the way this works, yeah, I mean, you'd have to sneak your right leg in. He's Caleb's doing a great job of framing that leg, and you would have had to beat that frame and then actually switch and turn to your right hip. But yeah, if you're already looking for that position and that form of a triangle, that's just going to be one more nasty little sub to add into your arsenal.
Yeah, I think he was laying on your leg and you couldn't get it out, right? That's definitely happened to me.
Nice little go behind from James. I'm glad you let go of that guillotine, Austin. There's no sense in holding on when he gets cross-side. What are we doing? Okay, there we go. I think everybody's tired of me yelling at them to stay on camera. Jason was bitching about being the thumbnail the other day just now.
Well, because I was bitching at them on Sunday for not staying in camera. I was like, no, we're training. You got to be on camera.
Yeah.
Like a heel hook. Oh, straight ankle. Okay.
There was a split second here where James tried a sneaky little thing on Duncan.
Mm-hmm. Sneak his leg over top.
Yeah, so I've talked about go behinds, blocking with your hand, blocking with your head, blocking with your knee. James tried to wipe that arm away with the foot. Which I like that. Had that worked, that would have looked pretty sweet. Definitely a viable option. Just don't want to really get caught. I don't think you'd be in too much trouble there, even if you did manage to grab a hold of your foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not with the head trap like that, right?
Yeah, he's got bigger fish to fry at that point.
Yep.
And you just grabbed the ankle there a second ago to keep him from basing out when he drove through.
Yep, I saw that.
Under and drives under. Mitch and Austin. Mitch pulling guard.
Man,
What a wuss.
I really love seeing that. I really love seeing somebody who's so good from standing and top position, starting out on a bottom position. That's
Jason
what
and Aiden.
learning's about.
Yeah, Jason and Aiden got after it for 2 straight rounds with no break. Boom.
Nice.
See that one more time.
Soto.
Nice little Soto Gari. All right, one more time for real. Slow-mo. Hobble in, getting inside control. Just want to see the hand work.
Absolutely, Caleb. Yeah, we can go over some north-south stuff when I come back. Should be Saturday.
So Aiden trapped Jason's leg. Jason's trying to recover. So I want to watch both of these matches. I keep missing stuff.
Head. Stuck in bottom half.
Nice.
That was a good way to shake the leg out. That's good.
I think a lot of guys get off balance there too easily. Aiden did a good job keeping his base. I mean, Jason's super explosive too. He catches you at the right time, you're gonna go where he pushes you.
Yeah, he did it twice to me in the previous video.
Aiden was putting his shoes on, and I yelled at him I goaded him back into one more match with James.
James gonna do a step over.
Yeah, he was super tired. But he was happy to be back. He just had a little bit of a layoff, so I was just giving him a little bit of that loving peer pressure the coach is supposed to give.
Good guard retention, James.
When we watch it sped up, he doesn't look so tired.
Yeah. We can reinvigorate him.
Yeah.
On 2x.
I think we'll probably call it after this match. Let all you guys get your recovery sleep. Covered a lot of footage today.
Yeah, was it 3 or 4?
4, I believe.
4.
Caleb had a nice scissor sweep there. Let's watch that regular speed.
His scissor sweep is very, very good.
So I wish I could tell what kind of grip he had on Duncan.
I think it's a 2-on-1.
Okay.
I think he could correct me if I'm wrong, but he normally goes for like a 2-on-1 on that far wrist, pulling in nice and tight. He drops that leg down, cuts across, bam.
Looked like he had a collar tie and a wrist grip.
Oh, it was a collar? Okay.
You could just see it on the turn right here. He's holding the neck.
Yep.
That looked good. Really, really good form. And then this is so James and Aiden got in this little like mounted triangle position. And this is where I think this is what sparked our discussion about finishing mounted triangles. Aiden's got this habit too of using this grip. And I don't know what I don't particularly like it because you just get like right here you could tell, right? He's getting put in a triangle, so he's hiding his arm and he just stays committed, but he gets rolled. I would much rather not be in a mounted triangle, so I wouldn't. I guess I'm talking personal preference at this point, but I wouldn't use that grip. I would tend to break my grip, base out, run the risk of him attacking my arm or whatever. But this mounted triangle is just such an immobilizing position.
Yeah, so what he shoved his hand so he can get two inside between James's legs, right? And then he popped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb says he normally goes for the 2-on-1.
Yeah. So the dangerous thing Aiden's doing here, and we'll chalk this up to him being tired, is he's essentially forcing James into the step around knee bar.
Yep.
He's not doing himself any favors.
But it's a nice deep half sweep.
Yeah.
Is what he winds up getting here.
James just takes a breather.
Yeah, doesn't look too phased by it. So
he's like, "Oh, did I leave the oven on?"
Yeah. Let me use my long ass arms to go and come on.
That was rude. That was good.
Way to be aware of that. That was good.
Cool. Let's see, I think there's time left on the round.
Roll him. Yeah.
Yep. And again, he's working that body lock grip that's really not doing any good. In fact, getting
There's a time and a place. Right?
Yeah, getting strangled there. All right. I mean, well, shit. It's after 10. let's fast forward this real quick. See if anything cool happens. I don't want to take away any hot moments that you guys have. Let's see. Got Austin on another triangle.
Jesus.
And Jason he's got his arm in this weird position where it's super tight on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it going a little bit. Yeah, I can't really see what happens there. And then we just get into a little guard battle with these two.
Now Jason's on the back.
Oh, yeah. He ended up taking the back and got the strangle. Shame we can't really see how it happened. But
James, when we're if you're there on Saturday and I'm there on Saturday, there's a lot of you're in this front headlock position. I think, and you're very good at it. I think you've got very good intuition, and as Matt was saying, Jason as well has good intuition from there. We can definitely go over some stuff cool on that front head position, whether it be from a go behind. I've been working a lot of go behinds, and we can also go over some front headlock, whether it be guillotines, arm-in guillotines, gator rolls, darce chokes, all that stuff. There's a lot of options.
Yeah, and Caleb, normally if I get a 2-on-1 on somebody and they have me in turtle like you had here, I'm not necessarily countering with a sub or anything. I'm preventing the choke and I'm looking to sit out or reestablish my guard. So that's what I would do there. End up sitting through to guard. A nice explosive sit out. Maybe if you're Luke, he loves to do that. That's probably what I would do in that situation. But yeah, cool. All right, that wraps up tonight, boys and girls. Like I said, down here in the middle, you see this little new widget. If you like what we're doing, you can leave us tips there. Everything you give us will go back into the stream, make this look prettier and not so janky. But yeah, as always, bring everything to a class. If you're lurking, hit the follow button. If you can't tune in, this will be on YouTube in a day or two. Other than that, any other business?
Trim your nails.
Yeah.
Take a shower.
Do your laundry. And we will see you guys this weekend. Take it easy.
See you in class. Later.